Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Season 3, Week 7 of DC Sports Digest. Not a bad week in DC Sports this week as every team had something positive to take away, which is always good. So without further ado, let's just get started. Starting with the Wizards, they lost to the 76ers and Celtics, but did beat the Bucks for a 3-18 record. Marvin Bagley had 22, and also just want to shout out CJ McCollum, scored 28 and had the go-ahead 3 to beat the Bucks. He wasn't shooting well originally in that game, but he hit the 3 when it mattered most, and we were able to get a win versus the Bucks. Get our third win of the season. But other than that, not really too much going on. Weren't super competitive in either the Sixers or Celtics games. Just let them both get away eventually, which is unfortunate. But we have 2 more games this week versus the Hawks and the Cavs. That's all I have for the Wizards. On to the Cavs. They beat the Islanders, Kings, and Sharks. Unfortunately, lost in the shootout to the Ducks. Very tough game. Wilson had a 3-point game, big win versus the Islanders. And the best game of the week is definitely a little spoiler for later in the episode. The game versus the Sharks, Ryan Leonard had an amazing game, 4 points and 2 goals. Had a really impressive individual goal. Obi had 2, Matt Roy 3 assists, 7-1 thrashing, which was great to see. Unfortunately, last night, like I said, we lost a tough shootout to the Ducks. Ryan Leonard actually was hurt. Kind of a dirty play from what I've heard. I didn't stay up till the end of that because we had the West Coast road trip, but hopefully he will be better soon. And yeah. Coming up this week, we have games versus the Blue Jackets and the Hurricanes. That's all I have for the Caps. On to the Commanders, they lost a really tough one to the Broncos, 27-26. But we showed a lot of signs of life. We played very well and very competitively. Offensive line did really well against the Denver pass rush. Mariota also played great, was able to get the ball out really quickly. Aside from really one dumb reception, but other than that, he played really well. Want to shout out Terry McLaurin and Zach Ertz. Both had around 100 yards. Terry a touchdown. Which is great to see. Also had Traylon Burks making an insane OBJ grab. Just a crazy catch. Definitely someone I want to have around next year because that is a skill set we don't have. He's 6'2", tallest receiver by far. Defense also looked pretty solid. Not the best still, but making steady improvement. And we just kept this game close. Definitely a winnable game. But that's okay. Darnell Savage, to be granted release, he actually just signed with the Bills. I guess Navy didn't like not starting in front of Quan Martin. The only other news from this week is Jaden and Noah Brown fully practicing. They are both set to play Sunday, so we're about to have a pretty healthy offense. Aside from like Austin Eckler, we have our full offense next week versus the Vikings. Definitely a game we can win. Not that it really matters too much. I think technically we can still win the division, but if we lose any other games or if Philly wins any other games, we're out. So we're basically out. But we'll see how it goes as long as everyone can just stay healthy the rest of the season, and we'll just see what we have because if we can look really good in these last couple games, we'll know it was just because of injuries this season, and that next season, with a little more retooling, we can be back to where we were in 2024. That's all I have for the Commanders. Let's see how they look the last couple weeks when there's nothing to play for. On other DC sports news, not really too much, but DC Power is back in action today versus Dallas. And Old Glory DC announced their schedule. Their first game is April 3rd. On weekly awards, like I said, the game of the week is the Capitals beating the Sharks 7-1. That was a great game. My player of the week's Ryan Leonard, 2 goals, 6 points this week. Wishing him a speedy recovery to his injury. And my team weeks of the Caps, 3-0-1 record this week, 7 points, and they are atop the Eastern Conference, actually, on 3rd place overall in the NHL. So congrats to them. Let's hope they can keep it going this week. That's all I have for this video. So thanks for watching, and check out the Instagram and like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.